Alrighty guys, and we're here for the lesson. Now I'm going to teach it formally, and then I'm going to have you also watch another video of them also teaching it, just in case you need a couple things about that. So we graphed cosine and sine earlier in class, and we found that it was a wave function. Tangent is a little bit different. Here is the function for tangent. You will notice it's not a wave, and in fact it goes forever this way and it goes forever this way. So that right here it's going to have a line that it never touches, and that's an asymptote. And that repeats. And that repeats. And that repeats. So it does kind of have a wave-like particle, but it's going to have areas of undefined spots. And that makes sense because if tangent is y divided by x on the unit circle, well, we know there's going to be points where y is 0. For instance, on the unit circle right here, x is 1 and y is 0. You can do that. You get 0 divided by 1, which is 0. And that's why at 0, it's 0. But here, you're going to have 0, 1. And when you, that's pi over 2, right? And when you do 1 divided by 0, you're going to get undefined. And so at pi over 2, which is right here, you're going to have an undefined spot where tangent doesn't work. And you can tell that on the unit circle. So let's go over your formal notes here. Okay. Tangent's function is the function equals tangent of x. And the tangent function is undefined for certain values of x. We just talked about that. Therefore, tangent functions have vertical asymptotes, and they repeat. The tangent function does not have an amplitude. It doesn't have a height to it. It goes on forever. But it does have asymptotes, and it does have periods. And those are the two unique features of tangent functions. And those are the two things you're going to have to find on your homework. So where is a period of tangent? Tangent's periods occur just like the other one, from one point to another. So from here to here is a period. Right? And it's going to have tangent lines right here. Just like that. And those are all your tangent lines, and those are called asymptotes. All right. You're going to have to fill out another answer just like you did on the previous lesson. This one, I want you to write the number 4. I want you to write the number 4. So write down the number 4. Okay, let's fill out these notes. Here is your function. The period is going to be just like the other ones, slightly different. So the period here is going to be pi over the absolute value of b. Pi over the absolute value of p. And the asymptotes are odd multiples of, and this is what's important, pi over 2b, absolute value of b. And those are the two things you're going to need to do most of this homework. Okay. So let's go over an example here for you, okay? We're not going to do all the examples because that's what the lady's going to do in her notes that I'm going to have you watch. I probably will just do one. I'll do a couple. I'll probably have her, what I'm going to probably have mainly want you to watch when she does it is how she plots the points on the graph, and I'm just going to show you how to find the period, okay? So that's probably what I'll have her do. And maybe the asymptote. We'll see. All right, so here we go. So here's your function right here. We have 4 tangent of x. And it wants you first to find the period. Well, notice that the period is pi over b. b is the number in front of x. Well, what is the number in front of x for this one? 1. So its answer would be pi over 1, which is just pi. Okay, what about this one? It would be pi over 1/2, because that's b, that's the number there. And we need to flip that out of the bottom, so it's going to be pi times 2 over 1, which just equals 2 pi, and that's your period. Next is this one. That's going to be pi over what's ever in front of x, and what's over in front of x is 2. So that's going to be pi over 2. And then last but not least, we have pi over 2/3. And when you flip that out, that's going to be 3 pi over 2. Now she is going to show you how to graph those here. I like the delta math better. Oh, by the way, that number I told you to write down, I want you to raise it to the number 2. So that number with an exponent of 2. That number with an exponent of 2, and that will be the answer to question number 2 on your delta math. Question number 2 on your delta math is that number I told you earlier with the exponent of 2. Okay, that's it for the notes. I want you to now answer the question number 2 that I just told you to do. And then what you're going to do after that is you're going to watch her video on this. And then you're going to watch my video on this explaining how to do the delta math. So that's how it's going to work, all right? See you guys.